So before we continue into the video, a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, jerseyfifa.com, the home of all of the greatest football kits. Whether that be the new latest releases or the old classic ones like this, Jersey FIFA has something for everyone, and now you can check it out yourself using the link in the description down below. And also make sure to use code JerseyFIFA for 10% off when you order. Hey guys, welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel, where today we have something a little bit different. Now, sorry, unfortunately, this week we do not have coverage of Manchester United's friendly win over Arsenal. I had a party on the day of the game and spent the next day recovering, so I've only just now watched that match back. So today we won't have a specific match analysis, really breaking the match down properly. However, I kind of have an alternative for you guys, something a little bit different. And as you would have guessed from the title and thumbnail, today we're going to break down Kobbie Mainoo's performance. So not the team collective, the team tactics, but how Kobbie Mainoo played, because I thought his role in this game was really interesting. So we're going to talk about what he done well, why he was doing what he was doing, why Ten Hag was asking him to play in his areas, and also the tactical implications that this might have moving forward. Because the role which Kobbie Mainoo was playing was very different to what we saw at Manchester United last season. To an extent that is reflected in his stats from the game. We can see right at the top there, touches 27, not particularly impressive. However, accurate passes 23 out of 24 with a pass completion rate of 96%. Now this is nothing new for Kobbie Mainoo in particular, because, you know, the couple of games he's played already in pre-season, he's kept the ball really well for Manchester United. However, if you cast your mind back to last season, and the midfielders United were using then, we were not seeing 96% pass accuracy. So Kobbie Mainoo clearly brought a good ball playing ability to this team. We can see lower down though that also he won 2 out of 2 of his ground duels, also 1 out of 2 long passes and a key pass as well. So generally, overall, Kobbie Mainoo had a really good performance. So what does a Kobbie Mainoo good performance consist of? Well, it consists of good physicality. For such a young player, he already has the physical matching of senior football. He does not look out of place in the slightest. On top of this, he also has really good technical ability. Brilliant ability to control the ball, take the ball under pressure, and turn away from danger. But on top of that, he has really good intelligence. Really good composure, I guess, probably the best way to describe it. Really good temperament. He's really good at receiving the ball and knowing whether he then needs to play quickly forward, move the ball forward at pace, or whether he needs to slow down, go sideways, play with a bit of pauser to his game. So Kobbie Mainoo, that is kind of what you get when he plays well. However, this game was a little bit different. Now, yes, he showed all of those traits absolutely brilliantly and he played really well, but he was doing them from a weird position. And we can see that in the average positions from this game here. Now what you'll see is United don't seem to have a player right in the middle of the midfield. Now, that doesn't mean United didn't play with a central midfielder, it means that there were lots of rotations. However, the interesting thing here is the number 37, because that is Kobbie Mainoo. And we can see that he's almost playing in a inverted right back position at times in possession for Manchester United. So let's break down how that worked. We're going to start off by looking at some of the scenarios during the game using Once Video Analyzer Pro, a really good video analysis software which you guys can check out using the link in the description down below. I really highly recommend it. And what it allows us to do is look at situations like this during the game. We can see that Tom Heaton has the ball at the back in goal, and Manchester United initially have kind of a back four build-up structure. However, you would expect that highlighted player at the top there to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you know, the right back dropping into this position, or Dalot, for example, in the second half. However, it was Kobbie Mainoo dropping into this position. Now, on this occasion, he doesn't do anything particularly special with the ball, but it's just interesting to see him dropping into this area. It asks the question, is this a new thing which we're going to see, or was this just a one-off scenario? Well, to answer the second question there, it wasn't a one-off scenario, because we saw him getting into these positions on a regular basis. And we can see here in particular, he's literally the deepest player. He is the deepest outfield player for Manchester United in this right-hand side position. Aaron Wan-Bissaka isn't even in shot, he is pushed that much higher. And it was a theme which we kept seeing during the game. We've got another situation here, where the ball is at the back with Manchester United. Who is the deepest player on the right-hand side? It is Kobbie Mainoo. Now again, this came from United playing really deep towards the goalkeeper, kind of playing out from the back and looking to move the ball forward. Again, you would expect your right back to be the deepest player on the right-hand side in the situation. But it was Kobbie Mainoo again dropping into this position, and that's why it's so interesting, because we can see that this was a recurring theme. Here Tom Heaton gets the ball and plays it through to the right back, but it isn't the right back, it's Kobbie Mainoo once again receiving. On this occasion he does really well. He rides the challenge, shows good physicality to keep the ball for his side, and then plays the ball forward with quite a simple pass up the line. Now, kind of from a technical point of view, it's nothing crazily impressive what he's done there. He's ridden the challenge well, which was good, and then played quite a simple pass, but he's kept his composure to do that well. But again, it's interesting that he's doing it from this right back position. it's odd to see a midfielder picking up that position. So it does make the question of, what is Erik ten Hag cooking here? What is he really planning? Because we can see it again here. United are building up in a deep phase. Kobbie Mainoo is at right back. Now, what we need to figure out moving forward, kind of perhaps in future videos, is why is he doing it? Because, like I said already, this isn't normal. We can see him again picking the ball up in a right back spot in the first phase, trying to build possession, help United build the ball out from the back. And again, he's keeping things simple, but he's just dropping into different areas. So those are kind of a few examples of what he's doing in that first phase. He's dropping deep all the way into a right back position. However, he also played kind of on this deep right side in the second phase as well, where United are dominating possession. For example, it might be in a 3-1-6 build-up shape like this, which it often was. We had Mason Mount often dropping in here. We'd see the fullbacks pushing forward, something a little bit like this, for example. But again, Kobbie Mainoo was deep on the right-hand side, playing in this position. And I think there's a few reasons for this. One of the reasons is that from a technical point of view, he's clearly better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's really good at receiving the ball. He's very, very technical. He's very good at scanning what's around him. And he is genuinely press resistant. Arguably already the most press resistant midfielder at the club. He genuinely is very good in that area. He's also really intelligent. And again, that temperament, he knows when to speed up the play. So when he's in this position, he knows the scenarios where he needs to maybe slow it down, play inside to Mason Mount. However, he also knows and has the intelligence of when to fire this ball through the lines. And as we've seen already, when he is firing the ball forward, he's really accurate because we saw that high percentage of pass completion. So, Kobbie Mainoo, that's why he's dropping into this position, because he offers something different from a technical point of view. It also allows United to push more players further forward. For example, we can see here that Luke Shaw's pushing forward, but also Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It allows both of the fullbacks to get higher. And what it was kind of leading to in this particular game against Arsenal was an odd structure. A structure which I'm personally a little bit unfamiliar with. Now, something we've spoke about a lot under Erik ten Hag is the potential to build in either a 3-2-5, looking something like this, or maybe even a 3-1-6, like that. But United almost build up in a formation which can't be labelled with numbers. It's almost a 3-1-5 spare, because there always seems to be a spare player. So you have the back three, like this. It's always Kobbie Mainoo in this position, and then it's Mason Mount in the midfield, or it might be Bruno Fernandes. And there tends to be some sort of front five. But it always also seems to be a floating player. Bruno Fernandes may be dropping in here to create an overload. On another example, it will be Marcus Rashford dropping deep, or in this game it was Garnacho dropping deep and being the extra man. And it's really interesting, and it works because Kobbie Mainoo in these deep areas is so good at progressing the ball forward, and as is Lisandro Martinez. And once again, we do have evidence of him in these positions if we can find it. That's not the one. Let me try and find these for you. Give me 1 second. These are the examples, once again, of Kobbie Mainoo now doing this in the second phase. So earlier he was doing it in deeper areas. Now he's moved to the middle third of the pitch to do the same thing. And it's almost a little bit like what Toni Kroos used to do for Real Madrid. He would do it on the left-hand side, drop into almost a left-back position, allowing Ferland Mendy to push forward. Kobbie Mainoo is almost doing something similar on the right-hand side. Now again, when he's getting the ball in these areas, he's keeping it pretty simple. But it's just all-round solid play. On this occasion, he's able to carry the ball forward, and then he finds the forward pass. It's very simple what he's doing, but it's progressive, it's technically very secure, keeps the ball for United, but also keeps the team moving forward. So again, it's, from a technical point of view, quite simple, but it's still impressive that he's able to do it. And again, it's the fact that he's doing this from the right-hand side which is interesting. This may not be the most groundbreaking video I'll ever do, but this is kind of, I guess, you guys watching my brain tick and trying to think through, why is Kobbie Mainoo playing in this position? Like I said, I literally just finished watching the game, so this is almost my live thoughts on it, trying to figure out straight away, why is he playing in this area, and are we going to see it more? Because we have seen glimpses of it in the other preseason games. Again here, he is dropping into this position on the right hand side in the middle phase. Why is he doing it? That's what we need to figure out moving forward. See, on this occasion, you think he's going to play the ball into Jadon Sancho. It's a pretty obvious pass, but Kobbie Mainoo has extra intelligence over that. Now, the reason for this is because we can see that Arsenal have actually set kind of the pressing trap here, that when this ball goes into Jadon Sancho, they're going to win the ball back. But Kobbie Mainoo actually recognises that, and instead turns away and plays the ball in field to Antony instead. Again, it's really intelligent play, and we can see that these two Arsenal players here are now out of position because of Kobbie Mainoo's intelligence, and that is an intelligence which someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka doesn't have deep on the right hand side, and arguably even Dalot as well. That is why Kobbie Mainoo, in my opinion, is being used in these positions. Now, the question this raises for me is, what does it mean moving forward? Because for Kobbie Mainoo to find a place in this particular Manchester United side, he's going to have to displace Casemiro. Let me just get Casemiro on screen here. I haven't got it typed out, so just give me 1 second. Let's get Casemiro in the team. Casemiro clearly plays the position which typically Kobbie Mainoo would play, as the deepest midfielder. It doesn't work to have both of them in there. It doesn't really make sense. However, what I've seen people talking about potentially on Twitter is, could Kobbie Mainoo play as a right back? Now, this of course wouldn't be a traditional right back role. Here we're talking about a sort of Caicedo right back role from last season. Towards the end of the season, there were spells where he was playing on the right hand side. Brighton had a couple of injuries and suspensions, so Caicedo would play in this position, and genuinely he'd done it very well. And people are saying, could Kobbie Mainoo do the same thing? And it could work in possession. For example, it would allow United, of course, to go into that 3-1 shape really easily, push Luke Shaw further forward. Kobbie Mainoo drops to the right hand side of the defence. He's doing that already at the moment, so he could certainly do that. It also offers the potential to move to more of a 3-2 shape. For example, you could have the other fullback, of course Luke Shaw, playing deeper, and Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo form a double pivot. Now you've got a box midfield of Casemiro, Kobbie Mainoo, Fernandes and Mason Mount. That's really good technically, a very technically secure midfield, but also there's 4 of them, so you can overload most teams in a system similar to what Manchester City or Arsenal done last season. So this could work for Kobbie Mainoo as well. Now, do I think it will happen? Probably not. But I would say just keep an eye on it over the next few preseason games. Like I've said already, this is really very much my live thoughts. I haven't particularly got any notes on this game. I watched the game, got the stats to back it up, and now I'm giving you my thoughts. So this is brief. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is something we could see more from Kobbie Mainoo? Do you think he only works from a midfield position, or could he defend in the right back area? Now, something which might help you decide that is his defensive ability. And that would be a question if he was playing right back. Can he defend out wide? We didn't see too much of it in this game because he wasn't literally playing right back, so he wasn't always in these areas. But we do have a couple of examples here. Here he's defending on the right hand side, and what we're going to see is that the ball's going to be played into Martinelli in his position. Kobbie Mainoo's going to track him all the way, and he puts in a good tackle, to be fair, puts the ball out for a throw-in. Pretty effective defending. This next scenario, though, is more impressive. So we've got it here. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is out of position, higher up the pitch in this position here. And we're going to mark Kobbie Mainoo here. He covers a lot of ground here to get back into a right back position up against Martinelli. But importantly, what he does once getting there is he doesn't dive into the challenge. He delays it really well. In this situation here, he kind of goes for the tackle, realises that he can't quite get there, so backs out again. But what I like is this low centre of gravity which he's using, so he can turn as Martinelli changes. And on this occasion, he delays it really well. Now the problem here is it isn't actually him that puts the tackle in. It was Aaron Wan-Bissaka who gets back to actually make the challenge. So maybe that's something to think about when we're having this discussion of, could Kobbie Mainoo play as a right back? Could he do that defensive work and play, you know, a Zinchenko role from right back? We could see it. We also saw John Stones do something similar around February time. Of course, eventually, John Stones moved to a centre-back position, which moved into midfield. But there was a spell where he was playing right-back and doing it. We also saw Rico Lewis do it at one point last season. Jurrien Timber could well do it for Arsenal this season. I wonder if maybe we could see Kobbie Mainoo doing it. But I really want your thoughts on this one. Again, this is a quick response. I haven't massively dived into this. It's really interesting though. I think what a lot of us thought would happen this season was that, for example, we would see one of the fullbacks dropping deeper. Let's say, take Kobbie Mainoo out of the team, put Wan-Bissaka. We'd maybe see something like this, for example. A build-up structure where you've got a fullback in defence, but also a fullback in midfield. We thought we could see something like that. Or maybe even a 2-3 shape like this. However, what we are very much seeing at the moment is a 3-1 shape. We are seeing 2 of the fullbacks pushing forward. Both of them are moving into forward areas. And it is Kobbie Mainoo dropping into defence and Mason Mount dropping deeper in midfield, allowing the fullbacks to push further forward. So, are we going to see Casemiro eventually playing this role instead of Kobbie Mainoo? Are we going to see Kobbie Mainoo doing it from a right back position? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, it is a little bit rushed. I've had a very hectic weekend and I've got quite a busy week ahead, so I thought I'd quickly get this video out. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of the video, and what do you think of Kobbie Mainoo, specifically this performance and this role? One thing I will add is that I think he's a quality young player, and I will do a proper kind of profile breakdown in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, let me know what you think of him in this role which we saw against Arsenal. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.